some more goals in this one. Look at this. Oh my God. This is a different level. Quality support.
Dragi partizanovci, dobrodošli u još jednu epizodu Partizanovog podcasta. Moje ime je Ognjen Radosavljević, a moj današnji gost dolazi iz Birminghama, iz Engleske. Navijačima Partizana se predstavio, verovatno vam je iskočilo ovih dana na YouTube-u, njegov izveštaj sa utakmice Partizana i Kelna. On se jednostavno oduševio navijačima Partizana, a potom su usledili i snimci dodatno sa fudbala protiv Čukaričkog, sa košarke. Snimci su veoma popularni, način na koji on to sve prezentuje gledaocima je veoma interesantan, tako da je on, naš današnji gost, zove se Stuart i kao što sam rekao, dolazi iz Engleske. Pre nego što krenemo sa njim da razgovaramo, naravno to će sve biti prevedeno, samo da se osvrnemo na utakmicu sa Nicom koja je u četvrtak, detaljnu analizu onoga što je nama potrebno u posljednje dve utakmice grupne faze Lige konferencije da bismo prošli grupu, odnosno koji nam rezultati odgovaraju i u drugim mečevima naše grupe, a koji nam ne odgovaraju, možete pogledati u utorak na Partizanovom sajtu. Naš analitičar je naravno još jednom to sve vrlo detaljno za vas pripremio, a također pratite i Partizanov YouTube kanal u sredu i četvrtak jer ćemo imati naravno ekskluzivne materijale i sadržaje iz Nice. A sada je vreme da pričamo sa Stuartom. All right, Stuart, welcome to Partizan's podcast.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. It's a privilege and honor to be here at this great club and, with yourself, this great podcast. So thank you very much for inviting me.
So, first of all, how did you end up in Serbia? I guess people are interested in this. Yeah. They saw these videos on YouTube, but they were surprised. What's an Englishman doing here right now?
Well, good question. To be honest with you, it was the time of COVID, which was 2 years ago, and I was looking at countries to visit because in England there was a lockdown, and I didn't want to spend more time in the house. I wanted to go out and travel, just while everyone, it was a difficult time, which we all know about. So I was looking at countries which were open at the time, and I saw Serbia was open. And I know a lot about Serbia. I know about the sports here. You produce, some of the best talent in the world in all sports. So, there was other countries that were open, and I could have maybe gone to them. But for me, you have to go to a country of which you can relate to, and it was a no-brainer. I thought Serbia's for me, so hence why I come here. And like I say, that was 2 years ago. But I've been away for 2 years. I was going to come in January again, but I didn't feel the timing was right. There was things going on, personal things like family, bereavements and things. So didn't feel a good time. So I looked at the sports fixtures further down the line, and I saw all the games which were happening now. I thought this is the perfect time to be here. So here I am.
And tell us a little bit about yourself. You're from Birmingham. Yep. You support some club there, maybe?
That's a good story. That is a good story. That's a good story in its own right. I don't know if I can really talk about this because people back home may think, what is he doing? He's a bit crazy, right? Well, people who subscribe to the BIRMZE channel, they know I'm crazy anyway. So, but as a kid, I used to watch Aston Villa, and what it is, all my family are Birmingham City fans, and obviously they wasn't happy I was watching Aston Villa. So as I got older, my family said, you're coming to Birmingham City. So I've been to Birmingham City, I've watched them now, but my Aston Villa friends are like, what are you doing? You're crazy. So that's a story. Not everybody in Birmingham knows that story, but I'm pro Birmingham. I like to see all Birmingham teams do well in any sport. So I'm pro Birmingham, hence my name BIRMZE, which that comes from the Birmingham aspect. So there you go. But yeah, that's an exclusive. But yeah, probably people back in Birmingham like, he's crazy, but there you go. That's life. We're all a bit crazy, so.
And how did you start going on Partizan's games?
Partizan, like I say, I looked at the football fixtures and I come here and I was seeing there's lots of games of Partizan. I've been in Belgrade 2 weeks now. It's been crazy, it's been whirlwind, it's been non-stop action, which I love. People have been very warm, friendly to me, they've welcomed me in. And I've got friends who are Partizan fans. I've also got friends from other clubs as well. I just want to make this clear. I respect all football fans, all people. I'm a people person. So, I've got a lot of respect for people. But I've got friends who are Partizan fans, and they were saying, you come into the game, come down, have a look, see what you think. I come to Partizan, and then Partizan approached me, the club, and they said, would you like to come to the basketball, have a press pass? Would you like to come watch the football, have a press pass? And I thought, this is absolutely amazing to be that close to the players, see the match. That's just, it's a dream. I'm, like I say, a big sports fanatic. And to be that close up to, the matches, it's, brilliant,
And being from England, which is like home of football, how did you
Right.
react on Serbian football and Serbian fans?
I've done some reaction videos on my channel. People, again, another plug, who subscribe to me, the BIRMZE channel, they will see the reactions I've done on, football games. And it's been mainly Serbian fans. And I've seen how passionate the fans are in this country. But unless you actually come to this country and watch a game live, it's a different, as I say, ball game. You need, it's okay watching on TV, but you need to watch live because, the excitement, your heart is pumping. You're just like, wow, it makes you feel alive. You see the fans and what it means to the fans. They support the club, with all their heart, and it's just a joy to watch. Unbelievable.
In England, stadiums are more full, but I don't think they have this electric atmosphere.
Yes, there's certain clubs I've been to in England, and no names mentioned, but some of their atmosphere, it's like going to a library. That's what they say, right? Very quiet, right? Where other clubs you can go to, and it's electric. I've been to Anfield, I've been to Chelsea, I've been, to a lot of different clubs. But yes, certain, Crystal Palace have got a good, lively fan base. I could talk about fans there, they're very lively. But for me, there's levels of being lively and being loud. And like I say, I've said in my videos, I've never seen anything like this. I've been to Turkey, I've been to Spain, I've been to Ukraine, I've been to other places to watch football. But this, for me, this is something special. I met some press tonight, and they were from other countries, and they were saying to me, "Oh, you've been here a while. What do you think?" And I said, I went to the Cologne game, and the audience was, more fans in there then. But yeah, I've never seen anything like it. It just totally blew my mind. I was just like, I've been telling everybody back home, and also people from back home. They've been watching the videos and they've been messaging me and saying, "This is unbelievable. Never seen anything like it." So. It's a great promotion for Serbia, and no doubt people will see those videos and think, I need to check this out for myself. It's amazing.
Do you know that Partizan fans were always known as a kind of English supporters,
Yes.
while our opponents, they were more like this Italian style with these like choreographies, but
Yeah.
Partizan fans, they were like loud, hands,
Yeah,
scarf, and go to the game. So which way of support do you prefer as a football fan?
To be honest, I'm not, how can I put it? I couldn't really choose what kind of support, with the banners or pyros or whatever, as long as people put a show on, and that's what you're going to get here. So whatever people do, it's going to be a show. So I couldn't say I like this style or that style. I just see the support, I see the flares, I see the smoke, and I see the jumping, the cheering, and I'm just to watch it, it's just electric. You need to check it out.
Did you know that there is in Nottingham Partizan's Tavern?
Yes, I've had a few fans say this to me, and maybe there's a connection with Notts County, because
Yes, of
Notts
course, of
County
black and white
black
colours.
and white. So I don't know the full story. I know about the pub. I've been to Nottingham, very, lively city itself. Good drinking there. So if you, Partizan fan, you want to check out pub, I recommend it. Good drinking. If you like the Pivo, but yeah, I think the connection is to do with the Notts County. I don't know if the man who owns the pub, he's a Notts County
big fan. Yes.
Right. So there you go. But yeah, I like that story. Very good.
What do you think about Partizan's team? You watched this game against Cologne, and honestly, we played very good. So what do you expect from Partizan in Conference League?
I think Partizan can do well. I think they can go far. But as you know, in football, it's like tonight's results. I thought Partizan were going to win. It was a bad result. I enjoyed being at the stadium and meeting the fans, meeting yourselves. Enjoyed everything, but the result was not the result that I, felt it could be. But like I said to the fans after the game, this is football. I watched a lot of the Premier League games, and I tried to predict, Manchester United will win this one, or Liverpool will win this one, or Chelsea will win this one. But it never happens how you think. This is football. But I think Partizan have got as good a chance as any team out there to go far. They've got some good players, so. Yeah, I think they could do well.
Which player did you like in particular? Maybe did you notice some of them?
There's a few players that have caught my eye. I like the kid up front, Gomez. I think he's got some nice touches. I like the winger, Diabate.
Yes.
He's got a trick, and I like that in a player. Somebody can drop the shoulder and go past players. He's a bit tricky. So, but there's other players in the team that I've seen as well, and. Not only that, I know Partizan Club, they give youth a chance, and I know what the youth system here is like. And for me, youth is the way forward. Get the best talent in. Obviously, you've got some great coaches here. I know about the Under-17 World Cup a few years back, which you won, Serbia won, and you had players involved in that. So I know about the youth system here. It's world class, and you've got great coaches. So for me, I think youth is the way forward. I know Partizan give youth a chance, and I think that's good for the club.
Tell me about how famous or well known is Partizan, let's say in England. Sometimes I have feeling that Partizan is a bit more respect in whole Europe than it's like here, that we as a fan sometimes think we are nothing special, but actually people tell me they know about Partizan, they heard this name, they always knew that we play some good football.
Yeah. For me, Partizan, it's a club which is special. I know the players who've played for Partizan in the past. There was one player for Aston Villa who's an absolute legend. His name's Savo Milosevic. They've got the chant, Savo, Savo, Savo. He's well loved there. I know about Mijatovic, who played for Real Madrid. Great player. Mitrovic, which you was going to ask me a question. I know you was going to ask me about Mitrovic. Mitrovic is on fire. For me, absolute class, brilliant player. And I'll tell you what I like about Mitrovic, and I've seen him at Newcastle as well. He is what I would call an old-fashioned English centre-forward. He's got that aggression. He's in your face. He doesn't, take no mess. He's just kind of, he's in there. But he's got an eye for goal. His goal-scoring record is just absolutely incredible. And, he's my kind of player to watch. I like to see him, how he goes about things. He's a great player.
I remember when he just came to England, and in a first match, I think in Newcastle, he got red card after like 1 minute. But I think sometimes you need something like this, some craziness, like in fans, in our players. You must have this.
I mean, sometimes it can be a mistake. You don't mean to hurt a player, and you can go in for a tackle, and the ref can see it and judge it to be a foul or whatever, or. Sometimes, in a game, it's passion, you lose your head. These things can happen. But Roy Keane, who I admire, he's a great midfielder. And I watch him quite a lot, with some of his interviews. And he said about players, sometimes when nothing's happening in a team, sometimes you should just go and kick a player, right? He doesn't mean it kind of literally, but, tackle a player, hit somebody, just to lift the team. And it lifts yourself as well. So, like I say, somebody who's committed, I'm all about that. That's my kind of player. Because I used to play midfield myself, so that was my kind of game. I used to, getting the tackles. So
Like Gattuso.
yeah, I like this kind of player. Yeah, aggression.
And you've been also to basketball after 8 years. Partizan is back in the EuroLeague, and for me it was very emotional, and the atmosphere was great. I can imagine how experience was for you.
Absolutely, like I say, incredible. Run out of words to use. Mind blowing. Just amazing. But to be there, I was told by a lot of people it's the hottest ticket in town. And it sold out. And fortunately, I saw about probably, I don't know, must have been 5 tickets left. And I just got my ticket quick. And I was like really, excited to get that ticket because I know how much it means to the fans. 8 years out of the Euro Basketball League. So I know Partizan were world champions, so it's back to the promised land. So I know how much it meant to the fans and the city. And to be there was something special.
Stadiums are open, so it can't be that loud, but in basketball hall, I think we broke even some records in Europe about how loud it gets, like 130 decibels or something. How was this? Did you have this like in your ears after the game?
One of my titles on my videos was "My eardrums have burst," and that is no exaggeration. Every time the Milan players got the ball, and it was the same because I went to the Thursday's game against Bologna, which I've also filmed. Check that out, BIRMZE YouTube channel. Another plug. Yeah, I was there, and to be honest, every time the opposing, the rival team got the ball, the whistles that were going off, I had a few people near me, and they were really whistling. My ears were just like that. And then when Partizan obviously got baskets and the grubbery, the fans, they're non-stop. It just, the atmosphere, incredible. I thought the roof was going to come off.
On football now, I remember against Cologne, we agree both, it was great atmosphere, but we were punished by UEFA. So
I've heard this.
I don't know, was it smart or not? It was a night to remember, but unfortunately in the last games against Slovatsko, we will not be able to have support from fans.
Well, that's disappointing in the fact of, I've always said, and this was happening in COVID times, when there was games played behind closed doors, and the fans wasn't allowed into the stadium, for me it's like a training match. So it hasn't got the same feel. So football, I've said this in another video, football without fans is nothing, and that's the way I feel. So if you're banning the fans from the stadium, they can't come in, then the atmosphere is going to be, it's going to be like a training game, it's going to be flat. So, it's disappointing to hear, but again, this is football, so...
what do you expect from a World Cup, from England and from Serbia?
England. Don't ask me about England because I'm not very sorry.
Not very optimistic.
Sorry, England, but I'm not optimistic. There's certain things I see in the club, the team, of which I'm not sure about. I just think certain players. I'm not going to name players because at the end of the day, we're all managers. We all think, this player should play or he shouldn't play. So we're all managers.
Serbia, 7 million managers.
Yeah, I fancy myself as a bit of a manager. So if there's any teams out there who want me to manage them, just for one game, mind, because I'm a busy man. But, I'm always down the pub. But one game, no problem, approach me. But there's certain players which I think maybe shouldn't be playing. But that's just my opinion. But... Going about Serbia, I'm excited to see Serbia play because I think they play some good stuff and I think they've got some good players. I like the manager. I mean, what a world-class player he was, Stojkovic. I've seen him against Spain on TV. Unbelievable player. And also, I've got to say, the second goal against Portugal, Serbia got, when I think it was 2-2. That was was that a couple of years ago or a year ago?
You mean the goal second goal for 2-2?
Yeah,
when it was counter-attack.
For Serbia. That, if you look at that goal, Serbia's second goal against Portugal, the play in that goal was... That's for me, that's Stojkovic, he stamped his mark on that team. I just thought that was brilliant football. And I'd like to see England do the same kind of football, but here's hoping. I can't see it anytime soon.
Well, I think you are not doing us favor because we very easily get into euphoria before any big competition and then we fail. But after your words, we are even more into this euphoria if English fan says that we are good.
Yeah, well, I think I'm a football person. I think I can tell, like I say, like to think I'm a manager, so I think I can tell a good team and a good players. And with what I see about Serbia, I think it's hopeful. And also I see the group. You've got Brazil. Okay, Brazil's a little tricky, but are they as good as they used to be? That's the question. You've also got Cameroon, which, strong African team, but I think you can get past them. And the other team is it Switzerland?
Switzerland, yeah. They beat us last World Cup. We were also in the group, and they beat us there. So now it's time for revenge.
Yeah, I think Switzerland are beatable as well. So I can see Serbia qualifying to the next group, next phase. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. But I'm excited to be in Belgrade and see the atmosphere and see the fans out because I know how passionate the fans are. So I'm expecting it to be absolutely electric. So yeah, it's going to be great.
What are your plans in Serbia? Okay, now you are a part of Partizan's family, but how long you intend to stay in Belgrade?
Well, I'm here till January the 2nd, so that's a long time. I was here before, like I say, for 3 months, and I've come again for another 3 months. So I must love Serbia. Staying this long, I see something in Serbia which I really like, and hence why I'm here again. And to be honest, for the past 2 years I left here, and this is no exaggeration, Serbia's been on my mind. I've just dreamt of coming back here and checking out the sport, meeting people, getting the Cevapi and the Pjeskavitska. I don't know if they say that right. I get hammered in my comments on YouTube. You need to practice your Serbian, but I always say I can just about speak English, as people will probably hear, because I've got an accent. That's being from Birmingham. We're known as Brummies, and we speak a little bit strange. If you know the Peaky Blinders, that's
of course.
Yeah, that's that kind of accent, which is a little strange to people. So, yeah, I'm trying to learn a little bit of Serbian. It's getting better, but I'm still, pronunciations of the zhs and the, you roll the tongue, the dr, whatever. I'm practicing. I'm getting there. So,
what would you say are the biggest pluses and minuses of life in Belgrade?
To be honest with you, as a foreigner coming into Belgrade and Serbia, it's something that I cannot really comment on because I don't live here full time. So as a foreigner coming into the country and receiving the warm welcome I've had and the kindness of people shaking my hands and happy to see me, and walking to pubs and come and have a drink with us, and people talking to you about sports, life, different things. I mean, from that perspective, it's absolutely amazing. But to live here permanently, I cannot comment on this because I don't live here permanently. So you could probably know more than me about this, but I think it's, like I say, a bit of a different world for a foreigner to come in where I'm here for a short amount of time, and I have experiences and see what I see. So I can't really comment what it's like full time. But if I could, I would stay here for as long as I could. But my visa only lasts for about 3 months. So that's why I'm here 3 months at a time. If I could stay here longer, I would do.
There is a trick. You need to find a girlfriend, and then you can stay for a whole year.
Well, I've been looking. So, single Serbian ladies, if you like bearded Englishmen, get in touch.
And since you are now part of Partizan's family, even if you will not be here in, let's say, February or March, promise me that we will see each other on a knockout phase away game or even a game in Belgrade.
Well, I've got some news for you. I think some of my subscribers know this as well, but I've also booked 4 days in March to come back for the derby because there's no way on earth I'm going to miss the Eternal Derby. No way on earth. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's telling me. So if I miss that game, it's criminal. I need to be at that game. So I've booked it. So I will be here. So really excited about that as well.
I'm really looking forward to this. I just want to tell you one more time, thank you. This was very pleasant, and the whole video and the whole atmosphere that you made, people were talking about this, sending each other on the phone, check this guy, he likes us so much, he's so cool. So I just want to tell you, welcome to Partizan's family. You are now ours. You cannot be neutral in Serbia anymore. But
I know this, but you also asked me a question, why did I choose Partizan? And to be honest with you, a lot of things align with Partizan and me. I identify with the club. I look at the artwork around Dortschul, it's very cool. Like I said, I talked about players, I see the fans, and I know about the punk music. I fancy myself as a musician, I play guitar. So there's a lot of things that I see with Partizan which identify to me. So if you have to make a choice, then for me, it's always going to be Partizan.
Did you notice this graffiti on Dortschul with Joe Strummer, with Eddie Grant,
yes.
also this Britpop music, Morrissey, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all part of Partizan's culture. Cox Sparrer, of course.
Amazing. I've made a video on that as well, and I've told people back home. I said the artists who do this artwork around Dortschul, I said it's something special. Really, really do like that. But like I say, there's lots of things that really identify, to myself, to the club, and there's only one choice for me, it's Partizan.
Thank you very much for this conversation. See you on the next game, definitely.
Brilliant, thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Dragi gledalci, bio je to Stuart iz Engleske, priča je zaista neverovatna, ljubav na prvi pogled, Partizan, Beograd, to je to. Ostalo je još samo da vam se zahvalim što ste pratili ovu emisiju, pratite nas i nadalje, hvala vam na pažnji i prijatno.